Well, hello and welcome to Always the Wild Ones. If it's your first time here, my name is Vanessa Lee, and today we are going to be doing some plant chores. It's just going to be a very chilled, relaxed day of repotting and do a little bit of propagating. I've got a bit of a list here, quite a long list actually. And if you stick around until the very end of this video, you'll get to see 3 new plants that I recently bought. And I think I'm going to repot those guys as well and, you know, kind of get them nice and cozy for winter. So yeah, let's get started. So let me just show you some of the plants that I'm going to take care of today. I have 2 Marantas. This is the variegated one, and then I've got the Fascinator up there behind me. Got a fabulous tip from a subscriber, from one of you guys, to put these Marantas into sphagnum moss. Now I do actually have a plant that's in pure sphagnum moss, which is my begonia, another plant that really loves to be watered kind of often. So, and that one's been doing really, really well. So I'm going to do both of the Marantas. I've also got, I also have this Ripsalis. I think this is the Serrascula. I'll put the correct name up. Yeah, it's just not been the happiest. And I think I want to put it into a no drainage pot. So I'll be doing that dude. I also have a string of hearts. And I've had this plant for the longest time and I keep chopping and propagating it. And basically I've chopped the plant and just kept the cuttings, and then I actually got rid of the main plant. And then I cut this one again. So this one has been grown. This one I grew from, you know, it had no roots. So I grew the roots and this is like a brand new plant. Then I had to propagate again. So it was quite a length. And as you can see in there, there's lots of roots. So these cuttings are definitely ready. I took these cuttings maybe a month ago, and considering we're in the winter, these propagations turned out quite nicely. Ooh. I do have another little pot right here. So yeah, I've cut it again. So I've actually cut this plant that I propagated twice now. And yeah, the roots are looking pretty decent. I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, so that one's ready. I'm not sure who I should begin with. Oh, and then the other things on my list is that I want to chop and propagate my linearis. I've got 2 linearis that I want to chop. And I actually want to chop my Ripsalis paradoxa. So yeah, let's kind of get into the first one. I think maybe I'm going to do this guy. Is this one going to be the messiest? No, I'm going to do both the Marantas. And I think we're going to need to have a look at the root system before I can decide what kind of pot I'm going to put them in. So I'm either going to put them in a no drainage, which kind of makes sense actually, for it to go into no drainage. Or I brought over some drainage pots, some orchid pots. So we can do either. Okay, I'm going to tip the camera down a bit so that you can actually see what's going on. Yeah, so I'm trying out something new, slightly different camera work. So I'm hoping that I'm in shot and the plant's in shot, because some of you are like, where are you? We can't see you. So yeah, I hope this pans out. I can always zoom in if I need to. Am I chopping off part of my head? Hopefully not. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the Marantas. Yeah, I need a bowl. So I think with this one, I'm actually going to take it out of the soil. some lecker balls at the bottom here, so I like to save those, and then I'll boil them up and reuse them at some stage. Okay. Oh, the soil smells so yummy. Right, so I just want to get off as much soil as I possibly can. Yeah, this week has been very, very odd. People are not in a good mood at the moment. They're feeling kind of blue. I've also been feeling quite blue. To be fair, I've been just feeling kind of meh lately. And I'm guessing it's the change in the weather. It is really cold today. It's absolutely freezing. This is quite interesting. So we've got lots of like tubers in there. I'll try and zoom in, which is fabulous because that just means that there's going to be more growth. I'm actually going to stop now. I think it's okay if there's a little bit of soil on there. Right, so what do I want to do? Do I want to go down this route, or should we just start flushing them through? I think I'm going to go with the drainage pot because it does have something to sit in, so that's good. I need some lecker balls, but I want the small ones. Yesterday I spent the whole day, I cleared out everything from my cupboard, and do I want these ones? Yeah, I cleared everything out of my cupboard, all my soil boxes and everything, and pots, and just there's craziness going on in that cupboard. And now I'm all organised again. We'll see how long this is going to last. So I just want some. Actually, what am I doing? I may as well just use. The lecker balls that I just took out. Also, I hope, obviously the camera's much further away, so I hope you guys can hear me. Try and shake out some of that soil. Some of these boiled balls are massive. Hang on. Okay, so I put some lecker balls at the bottom there. And now I'm going to put some sphagnum moss on top. So I've got this massive bag of sphagnum moss that I want to use up. And it's all been washed. And how easy is this going to be? Yeah, the sphagnum moss I've washed. And I've also used hydrogen peroxide just to kind of clean it out a bit. Make sure there's no like mozzie gnats, thrips or any other type of bug in there. So I'm going to kind of pack that in. I really hope that this is gonna save me, and I hope it's gonna work as well as the begonia. I mean, the begonia is very, very happy. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. A little bit more on this side. Yeah, so I work in a plant shop, and of course, you know, like I'm meeting and greeting people, quite a lot of people per day, so I really get to know what's going on out there, who's feeling what. I actually had one customer burst into tears. It's a customer that comes in quite frequently, and we always have a great chat, and I don't know, and she's always like quite bubbly, and she's just like full of energy. And she came in and I was just like, oh my goodness, what's happened? And she just burst into tears. So yeah, we kind of had like a really long heart to heart, and it was basically, you know, like a lot of us, we have trauma, and sometimes some of us don't actually think about it. We just don't, like, we kind of like suppress it and push it down. We don't realize that we're doing it until something happens, or maybe you just have a moment. I'm just gonna like tidy it up just a little bit. Trella! Yay, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so we had like a bit of a chat about that, because it was quite funny, because she was like, you know, she's sobbing her heart out, bless her. And she was like, I don't even know why I'm so down today, and I don't understand why I'm so emotional, but I'm just really feeling it. And I was like, well, you know, it's important to feel it. And, you know, sometimes it's best to kind of, you have to feel it so that you can kind of identify what it is that's bothering you. And journaling is fantastic. I swear by it. Like, I'm definitely the type of person that can bury my emotions without, unconsciously I do it. And then, you know, something will happen and I'll get triggered, and then I'll react. I try not to. I try and like process my thoughts, but yeah, I'll react and I'll be like, yeah, like much the same, you know, like it's not until I've kind of like really sat down and processed it. Oh, by the way, this stuff, this sawdusty stuff, this is actually beneficial mites. With this one, I'm just gonna actually chop and propagate it, because this plant roots very easily, so, and then I'll just leave whatever's left in the pot. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that because it's just easier than doing anything other than that. I'm just going to leave that. That's an attractive part of the plant. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I probably will just throw this, to be fair. I don't think I'm going to keep that. And then with these guys, I think I will propagate them directly into... I hope I can get a root from that. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this directly into sphagnum moss. Yeah, and then the more we spoke, the more I was like, you know, we kind of, she was like, oh, you know, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm suddenly feeling this way. But, you know, like this year, she's decided for the first time that she won't be going home. Or maybe I should put this in water for a little bit. So I keep going backwards and forwards, my thoughts. I'm actually going to propagate this in some water for a little bit first. That's going to be best. Love news, I actually quite like rooting my plants in brown bottles. I've just got this feel, I don't know, I feel that the roots do kind of instigate a little bit quicker. I don't know, let me know, do you feel the same? Or I'm going to take that sheath off as well, because that will probably just go all mouldy. Yeah, so yeah, the more we kind of chatted, the more it was kind of like prevalent that this was just stuff that she hadn't dealt with, traumas that she hadn't really had the time to process. And yeah, it was just a really good chat, and I just felt it was so nice to kind of be there for someone that was kind of going through that, and that I could share my experience and like kind of my process as well as what I would do. So journaling definitely helps me a lot. Okay, so I've made up huge amounts of water. One's for semi-hydroponic and one's for soil. Oh, excuse me. I've been using the semi-hydroponic for my cutting. Yeah, I just thought it makes more sense to do like a larger amount. So I don't know if that's going to be enough. Ooh. You know what, I'm going to do this over the sink. Actually, I'll use this. Yeah. Pour some water in there. So yeah, I've definitely also been feeling a little bit blue, and I have been taking on, like, if someone's come out with a comment that's not particularly nice or encouraging, I've been taking that on board, and it's been like rattling around in my head, and just, you know, I've been feeling like that for a couple of days now. And this morning before filming, I just, you know, I was still feeling really blue about it. But now that I've started the video and I'm just kind of thinking about my subscribers that have always got really great comments and are always really encouraging, I'm just thinking about you guys right now. And I'd love to know how you're feeling as well. Anyway, we've got 2 done. Great. This one, before I walk off, this one I'm going to put in the kitchen. This one I'll probably go back in the hallway. But for now, I'll just plonk them there. Both the Mirandas are done. Brilliant. So who is next? I think next I want to do a string of hearts. Right. Now I've been meaning to do this for the longest time. This plant has been dropping leaves for some reason. I do not know why. But yeah, I just want to get her nice and full again. Squeezy, squeezy. Get you out of there. Okay, so I'm just going to like take off a little bit of the soil. Wow, check out that tuber. Like nuts. Just try and dust her off a little bit. I mean, I'm almost tempted to put this one in sphagnum moss as well, to be honest. Wow, there's a lot of these tuber things in there. Loving that. Right. I'm just going to take back all these lecker balls as well. It's going to go straight back in this pot. So Good Friday is coming. Actually, by the time this video is out, it will already be happening. So Good Friday, I think, lasts like a couple of days, from Friday maybe until Sunday. And I have a list of things that I've had just stuck waiting in the basket on my Amazon and a couple of other places. So I'm really looking forward to placing that order. I've been itching, you know, like when you're just like, I just really want the stuff, but at the same time, I want to see if I'm going to get a good deal. So yeah, I've been hanging on to that. I've got some new plant lights on there. I've got my silica for the Monstera elbow. It's like a nutriment type thing. What else do I have? I have, oh my gosh, I can't even remember everything that's on my list. Do I need some extra soil? Maybe. There's a load of sphagnum moss here. I think I'm going to mix that in and do a kind of almost an orchid type of mix there. And then add a little bit more cocoa core. Cocoa core, where are you? Here we go. And I'm also wondering, should I go one pot larger? Possibly. I might need to go one pot larger. What else have I got on my list? I don't know if I want to go a pot larger or not. No, I really don't. Yeah, what else is on my list? Oh, I've got some moss poles on there. Yeah, just like that. Oh, some hydrogen peroxide. And then I also want to pop off to IKEA, which I might do today because I've got like some, I want to try and get as many plants into this space as I can. I've got all sorts of things going on in this room at the moment, actually. My washing machine broke quite a while ago. And I've recently had to pull the washing machine out, kind of getting ready for when they come and drop the new one off. Okay, so here are the others. Just pull them out. Oh my gosh, look! And I'm just gonna slap that like that. Oh! And then I'm gonna get this bunch as well. The roots on these are quite a bit smaller, but I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, so that's kind of what we're dealing with. So mix this up. Yeah, and I've been desperately looking for plants as well, but online. But to be honest, I just haven't really seen anything that I really want. If anything, I need to get rid of some plants. If anything, I really need to remove some. Okay, so I'm just going to squash all of that in. Try and get all those lovely roots in. I hope you can see what's going on. It's quite weird, this angle for me. But you never know, maybe if plants go down in price a little bit more, then maybe I will get like some little plants, because obviously they're going to get bigger, so I have to consider space, where these plants are actually going to go. Yay! Oh, she's tangled, but there's a lot of plant there. I'm really happy. I wonder if it should go this way instead. Yeah, this way is better. The only thing with the string of hearts is the tangling. Can get very tangled up. I'll just have to unknot that stuff at some stage. I'm really pleased I actually put this in a pot with drainage holes, because another thing I've noticed with the string of hearts is that it does seem to like being watered from below rather than, and actually my auntie did say, rather than putting the water on directly on top, it's better to water from the bottom up. So I'll be able to do that now. And she can literally go back in this pot. Looking so cute. I will water it in just so that the soil can kind of slip into different places. Just do that. Yay, that's another one done. Oh my gosh, got that done. I'm so happy. She's looking really chunky and full. Yeah, I'll have to unwind that another time. Who else? So now the last one that I need to repot is this Ripsalis, and I definitely want this in a no drainage. And I mean, I haven't a clue what the root system looks like, but let's check it out. And I need something pokey. Out of all the Ripsalis, this is the only one that's kind of, hang on, that's been a little upset with me, and I don't know what's going on with it. I really don't. I'll probably just end up throwing that away. Yeah, I mean, although it's got these kind of longer parts, it's constantly dropping and shedding, and I just don't understand what it wants. So I think having it in the no drainage pot is not really working out for me. I just want to get it out of here. So yeah, I'm just kind of like trying to get it away from the edge of the pot. If there's any roots, sometimes they stick. Good. Check that out. Wow. A lot of roots there. I mean, it's quite a rooty plant. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like, what does the scent remind me of? It smells really yummy. Okay. And then I want that in this pot, apparently. Is this going to work? Yeah, I think it'll work. I'll put some lacquer balls at the bottom, and I'm actually just going to take them from this. They are a little chunky. So, I mean, these lacquer balls were with my Maranta, and I only recently potted that guy. So these should be fine. So yeah, that's that. There we go. And then she can go in. Let's cover her up now. Just try and break it up a little bit. Wow. Okay. Get all those lovely roots in. Brilliant. And then I'm just going to use this. Down. Oh, I'm really happy. I'm really looking forward to just kind of having the chance to sit down, read a book, like Christmas time. I'm actually really looking forward to getting that time off work and getting some time to just do things that I used to do that I haven't done in the longest time. Like, I can't remember the last time I picked up a book. And I actually don't even know if I have a book in the house that I can read. So if you're reading something really cool, I want something that I can just escape. Something like maybe funny, maybe something funny, because I always tend to read like kind of psychological thrillers or that kind of thing. So it would be nice to kind of like just give my brain a little break. Yeah, already looks happier, I think. I think this is going to be a really good move. And that guy will just sit in here like that. Perfect. So happy. And then all of this, I'm just going to throw away. This obviously I'm going to clean. Okay, that's those jobs done. Now I'm going to chop up some of my plants. I'm going to do some chop and propagating. But first I'm going to just tidy this stuff up. And I think I might make myself a quick cup of tea. So I will see you back here in a couple of seconds for you. Okay, so I'm back. I've had my cup of tea, very yummy. I think I'm going to chop my Ripsalis Paradoxa. Oh, I just want to show you something very quickly first, actually. Check this out. My Ripsalis Pilocarpa has bloomed. This is the very first Ripsalis out of my collection that has bloomed. Look how tiny it is. It's so little to have so many little fluffy blooms on. They're just adorable. So cute. She looks kind of thirsty, look. Although I did recently water this, but maybe because it's busy blooming that it needs more water. But check out all the aerial roots as well. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's loads. So if I wanted to propagate this, I could very easily. Okay, stop putting this off. Yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a while now. I think I'm just going to leave it there and maybe move you guys forward. So yeah, meet you guys down here. So yeah, these kind of longer ones, I'm kind of thinking I want to chop these three maybe. We've got loads of aerial roots on there, so the important part obviously is to get like a nice chunky aerial root. And I think I'm going to cut this one. I mean, oh, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm going to cut it, I think, here. So that's that one. This one I'm going to cut here. Oh my God, I'm just doing it. And this one I'm going to do right here. And I think I'll leave the rest. So I've got these three and I'm just going to let those callus over. I'll probably leave them to callus over for about 2 days. Yeah, so those will just go here on the side. Yeah, the next plant is my Hoya linearis and I'm going to have to move it. Let's get you out of there. She has been busy blooming, but we've come to the very last of it now, so I think this is a good time to propagate this plant. And the reason why I want to do this is that, look, she's got another bloom there that's going to fall off now. Yeah, what I've been noticing is at the very ends, okay, it's not showing it there, some of the ends have just been kind of drying up and falling off, and we don't like that. And I think I just kind of want to even her out a bit as well. So where am I going to prop you? Where am I going to put you? I'll put you here. Like that. Yeah, so with this one, I think, just getting all tangled up. Yeah, I think I'm going to chop this one, and this one, possibly. Okay, let's just chop into them. So that's one. That's two. Oh my gosh. I'll do there. And I think I want this one as well. All the spacing is very tight on this one. Should I just leave it? Try and zoom in, but yeah, you can kind of see the spacings are really tight. And then they kind of get wider towards the top. It might be a difficult one to reroot actually. Maybe I'll leave that one. Okay, so I'll leave that. So I've got another 3 down there. They're busy dripping away. Let's see, what does it look like? That looks kind of cute. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll put this one back. But yeah, she's trying out these new ones as well, which are just like bending towards the light. But yeah, it's a happy plant. Oh, I do see another little bloom beginning. Can you see that? Beginnings of a bloom there. Maybe I'll give this one a water as well. But yeah, for now, I'll just plonk her back in. And then with these cuttings, these, I'm going to do the same thing, just kind of let them callus over. As you can see, like there's some sap kind of coming out of the ends there. Got some cinnamon here in a bowl. Let's just plonk those in there. Like that. And just kind of leave those to callus over for a little bit. And then the last thing that I wanted to do was just top up some sphagnum moss on top of this plant. This is my Anthurium pallidiforum, and she recently popped out this new leaf. Look how long it is compared to the others. haven't a clue what that's all about. She's busy she's got a sachet on there. Not that I've seen any spider mite on this plant, but there are other plants around it that do have. So yeah, I just want to pop some more sphagnum moss on top of this guy. So maybe I should put it, I just do not want to whack that leaf. I'm actually going to use the last of this sphagnum moss, which is from Grow Tropicals. That's the problem with being so tall. It's just hard getting everything in frame. Yeah, so I'm just going to add some sphagnum moss. This one I recently, I wonder if I should wash this actually. I think I probably should. Pop it in there and just give it a quick wash. And I'm also going to kind of take these stick bits out. Okay. Some lovely sphagnum moss. Oh, been meaning to do this for the longest time. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I just definitely want it underneath that stem there. It's very important. And I'm going to try and get it as high as I can, really. I'll show you what it's looking like a little closer. This is so much better. So now the top of the plant is literally hitting the sphagnum moss, and if that will allow any aerial roots to kind of start growing, because I don't actually have any aerial roots on this. The sheath on this thing is huge. We've got like a little thing happening there. I've also got a fluorescent. It hasn't quite got to the stage where I can pollinate it, but I do have some pollen for this saved in the fridge. But oh my gosh, check out that root, that leaf. It's just nutty. I can't believe how long it got. Oh, the sun is out. So pretty. I love that natural light on the plant. Okay, let me pop this one back. With the linearis, I'm actually going to just end up pushing it back into the soil, these guys. I don't think I'm going to add it to that plant. I might add it to the one that's in the hallway. So let me just go and get that plant. So yeah, I've got yet another Hoya linearis. I've actually got about 3 of them. And for some reason, this one stem is much longer than the rest. So I will be chopping this as well. So what you want is that this part of the plant here, right there, needs to be touching the soil. I'm just going to place that in. That's one. Another one. This one in. And last will be this little guy. And I'll probably have to put this into either my bedroom. Yeah, probably my bedroom because it's warmer. This was actually living in the hallway, and the hallway is very, very cold. So as you can see, yeah, we've got some that are quite a bit longer. So I think I'm going to cut this one again. And then I'll just push it in. Here. That's fine. And then I actually want to water the plant, but with some rooting hormone. So yeah, I've kind of just sprinkled it on the top. And then I'll just water it in. Voila. Isn't she cute? Oh, she's adorable. I'm really pleased with that. Okay, so I'm going to go and put this in the bedroom, and I'm actually going to show you where I've put I'll show you where all the other plants are as well. And excuse the flashing, but that is just the lights. I can't actually see that. Maybe I should turn them off. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, it's a little gloomier. It's quite gloomy these days, but yeah, we've got the Hoya linearis right there. Got my Ripsalis erascula in the back, looking very happy. String of hearts looking really full now. Look how lush and full that looks. I'm really happy with that. So pretty. And then the Maranta is here in sphagnum moss now. So hopefully she'll be okay here. I mean, this is quite a lot of light. Doesn't normally go under the plant light. It normally just sits on the floor there. Maybe I'll put it back on the floor actually. Yeah, I think I will just put it back there. And yeah, really pleased. Let me show you where the other Maranta is. That's back in the living room. I've actually just placed the Maranta down here on the floor for now. There just wasn't any space in the kitchen. It's a little too tall for the kitchen shelf, but it's getting enough light there, so it should be fine. But it's quite a nice bunch of plant there, and yeah, hopefully we'll get to pot that up pretty soon. Hi guys, yes, I am back, and a day has actually passed, which is why I am dressed completely differently. But as promised, I'm going to show you the 3 new plants that I bought. They're all very small, but which is good for me because I don't have a lot of space in my home. So I quite like starting with smaller plants now and seeing how I get on with them before they get larger, before I kind of get more invested with them. That will kind of give me enough time. If we don't get along, then I'll probably just sell them. But I've got high hopes for some of them. Yeah, so let me just show you them actually. So I've taken them out of the bag. I bought them from Little Dobbies. This is the first one. This is a Ficus elastica Abidjan. I'll write the name up because I'm probably saying it wrong. I've already taken them out of the bag. They're sat in little pots. I think they've come in, what size pot is this? I don't actually know what size pot that is, but it's very dinky. And I actually bought another Ficus in the same size pot, and it grew so quickly. I've only had it a couple of months. I'll put the correct time up, but I will show you that plant. Let me just go and grab it. So yeah, this is my Ficus teninki. As you can see, let me get a little bit closer. Oh, it's cute with the light on it. Yeah, she's kind of got like this kind of pinkiness about her. She's so pretty. I've now got two. Look how gorgeous they look together. Anyway, this plant started at this size and I've had it about 4 months. So I'm really pleased. Got a new leaf on the way. It's constantly pushing out new leaves. It really wants to grow, and it's currently on the floor kind of in front of a Sansi bulb, but also gets like a bit of day, kind of morning light actually. But anyway, I'm gonna put that back. And I actually have one other ficus, which is the variegated one. I'll show you that maybe a bit later, but as you can see, I'm kind of like a little bit obsessed with ficus at the moment. It just came out of nowhere. I think it's because of the dinky ones. I mean, I've obviously seen the larger form all over the place, but the small ones are just adorable. Check out how dark that leaf is. And the leaves are really like succulent like, but they're actually quite thirsty. So these plants tend to need to be watered quite often. I can't get my head around it. I don't know why. But anyway, that's my first one. And she's got a new leaf coming. Let me just show you that. Can you see in there? Oh. Yeah, I really love this plant. I really do. And I love this deep red. So I've recently bought a couple of plants that are deep red. Just kind of like, just throw a little colour into my collection. And yeah, I'm really loving this plant. I know that there's some really beautiful philodendrons actually with this colour, but the thing with the philodendrons is that they just take over so quickly. They're very, very fast growers, and their growth patterns are often a little bit scatty, whereas the ficus are kind of more contained. They just go straight up. So another big reason why I really love this plant. Next is actually a plant that I've had before, which I grew from a leaf cutting. This is a peperomia, what is it? Folia. I'll have to write the correct name up, something like that. Folia. Anyway, very easy plant, variegated, quite succulent like. This one actually isn't very thirsty. I would probably treat this the same way as I do my succulents. The one that I had, she grew to quite a big size. From one leaf cutting, I managed to grow quite a beautiful big plant. And then it got thrips, it got attacked. Like, I lifted the leaf one day and it was just crawling. So I literally just threw that thing in a bag. I wasn't playing. Not spraying that thing down, no way, but very sad to say goodbye to it. So I'm really pleased that I can replace this plant, and it's popping out a new leaf just there. She's really pretty. I'm so happy I have this plant. Yeah, I think they call peperomias the radiator plants, and I could never understand what they meant by that. But what's meant by that is that it can tolerate lower humidity and high heat. So, you know, if you're going to buy some plants in the winter, the peperomias are a really good choice. I think they would need high light though. I'm not sure. Let me know, guys, if you are a peperomia fan and you have like quite a few in your collection. I don't have many at all. Let me know. Do they need highlight, all of them? I mean, maybe there's got to be some that don't. But yeah, a great plant for the winter. So I'm really pleased with that little dude. And then the last plant that I bought, which is kind of like gonna be hit and miss because I've heard some very bad reviews about this plant, but I thought I'd give it a go. This is a Monstera oblique Peru form. I have had a Monstera adansonii before, which was a real thrip magnet, but it's quite an interesting plant. It's kind of quite skeleton-like. Ooh, what was that? Oh, okay. distracted. Yeah, so it's just kind of interesting. I probably will eventually put this one on a moss pole. So the things that I've been hearing about this plant is that it tends to chuck out runners, and I'm not a fan of runners. There's several plants that I've had and that I still have in my collection that I'm really planning on getting rid of because of the whole runner thing. And it's a pity because some of them I really do love, but I'm definitely going to like tackle that another time. It's not for today. But yeah, that's going to be another little monstera for my collection. So I'm really hoping to master this one somehow. But yeah, so before it goes on a moss pole, what I'm going to do is just repot this plant and I'm going to stick it in a propagation bin. I'm kind of slightly prepared. I do plan on repotting all three of them now. Yeah, so my ficus, which I think I'll do first, this little dude, I think I'm going to repot this into like a little plastic pot, and I'm going to make sure that it has a reservoir. I think that's what I want to do. So, I mean, it's not going to go into anything much bigger than what it's currently in. I'm going to keep it nice and snug. And then that's just going to sit in a little pot like that. So that's that dude. Let's get on with it, actually. I don't know why I'm faffing. The little peperomia, I'll probably put in a cup as well. So let's do that. And then this dude, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I'm almost thinking pure sphagnum moss. Maybe. Okay, let's move on and get some soil together. So yeah, I'm kind of slightly prepared. Like I said, I think I'm going to use these little leather balls as the reservoir, and I do have a tiny bit of soil mixed up in here, so I'm going to have to mix some soil up. I'm running out of space already. Let's put you there. So I'm just going to do like a very simple aeroid mix. And for that, I'm going to need some cocoa coir. So I'm going to add 2 scoops of cocoa coir. I do plan on doing like a larger batch. Actually, am I going to do a large batch? No, I won't. I think I'll wait until spring to do that, because really I shouldn't be repotting too much during the winter. I need some bark. So I'm going to add some bark. And I think I'll just do 1 scoop of that for now. I'm going to add some pumice. Do 1 scoop of that. And I'm going to add some perlite. Just a scoop of that. I'm also going to add a little bit of activated charcoal. I'm not going to go too crazy with this stuff. Just little bit. Actually, let me use the scooper. So yeah, I think I'm going to do about that much. Maybe a little bit more. I don't want to go nuts, she says. So that was about 3 teaspoons, or maybe 1 tablespoon. And oh, I've got some worm casting, so I'm going to definitely put some of that in. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll probably put about that much in. Should do the job. Let me just show you what that looks like. So it's literally just worm poo. It doesn't smell of anything. What am I like? Okay, let's mix this up. And hopefully I got this right. I think it's looking good actually. Looking good. I might add a little bit more bark. Let me show you what it's looking like. So yeah, I think I'm going to add some more bark. All that. Okay, yeah, I'm happier with that. Give me another look, see. Right, let's move on. Shall we do the ficus first? Yeah, let's do that. Just squeeze this one out of the pot. So it's currently in like a very basic cocoa core and perlite. That's what it's looking like to me. Don't really see any bark or anything like that. But that's kind of fairly standard for when you first buy a plant. But it's nice to see the perlite in there. I like that. I like the fact that they've kind of invested in the soil a little bit more. I'm going to try and take off as much as I can, but I'm not going to go too crazy. Okay, I think that's good. So yeah, we've got quite a tiny little root system. Dinky, really small. Okay, stop faffing with that. Okay, yeah. I'm going to do a little reservoir and I'm going to use these little clay pebbles. I'm going to go for these rather than using the leckables because they're quite chunky and these will just kind of slot into spaces easier. So I think that's a fairly good reservoir. I mean, that's quite a big reservoir actually. I might just take a little bit out. Yeah, I think that's better. We're going to do a layer of soil. So today is Friday and it's Black Friday day. So I'm going to place some orders once I finish this. I want to get online and place some orders. Very exciting. I can't go too crazy because I need to be very careful with money at the moment. But we'll see what's out there. I had a look on a couple of plant websites and I didn't really find anything that I loved, but I did find maybe something that I've never seen before. Oh man, I forgot to use the rooting hormone. I'll just water it in. So annoying. Oh, I'm almost tempted to unpack it. No, I'm not going to. I'll just water it in, it'll be fine. Let's just remember, definitely with the Peru, I want to use some rooting hormone directly on the roots. Yeah, so I had another look at what I've got on my Amazon list, and I actually forgot to add, I've got some tools because I want to do some DIY, and I can't actually, I mean, I could try and struggle along with what I have, but I want to get like some proper tools. So I've ordered, on my list is an angle grinder. I don't know if you know what that is, but yeah, you'll soon find out when I do my video. And I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really hoping that I can use it in various different ways. Okay, I think that one's done. I'm really happy with that. Let's give it a little one of those. Actually, let me just add a little bit more soil there. Yay, where's its little pot? Oh, it's on the floor. Okay, that's one done. Very happy. Next. Next, I'm going to do this, the Orbifolia. It's not an Orbifolia, is it? There's something like that though. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do the Peperomia. Okay, this one's quite moist. But yeah, this is the kind of soil that it came in. Very similar, pretty much the same, perlite and cocoa coir. Well, I can see some really lovely roots. Really nice roots going on. Yeah, I don't know if I like how moist this is. I think it's a little too much for this particular plant. So I'm really pleased that I'm actually going to be putting it into more of an aeroid mix, more bark. It's quite barky, it's got some pumice, it's going to be really good for it. Yeah, this is too soggy for me. Way too soggy. Yeah, it's really crazy how my other plant got thrips like that. So I had this plant, like I said before, that I grew from a leaf cutting. I had it in front of, right in front of a skylight which faces southeast, and it was loving it. It was just pushing out new leaves all the time, and like really big leaves, actually much bigger than these. But during the summer I had that window open. I guess I must have stressed it out as well, because I mean, I can't understand why it would have been attacked so badly. It was a bit of a shock to the system, but I'm really pleased that I found this one, even though it's quite dinky. But again, I am actually really loving the fact, loving having smaller plants, and then I get to see them grow up, you know. And then by the time they are grown, I've kind of built up more of a relationship with them. Oh, another great thing about buying your plants quite immature is that they'll adapt to your new environment, and they'll thrive kind of a little bit more than sometimes when you get them maturer plants. They're used to a certain surroundings, and it can be difficult sometimes transitioning them. But the smaller plants can be, not all of them, but I mean, you still need to treat them quite carefully. Sorry, that's my fridge. I'm just waiting for the fridge to stop so that I can continue talking, but I don't know, I think it's gonna take its time. So anyway, let me just try and talk through it. There's the root system, quite fine, hey? I always find that really surprising with succulents, that their root systems can be so fine. Like, I don't know why, I don't know, I just would imagine that they would be a little chunkier. Okay, I'm just trying to keep that nice and clean. Okay, there we go. And I'm now wondering if I do need to put this in a drainage kind of pot. A pot with drainage. Yeah, I think that is the route that I want to go down. I'm not too bothered about seeing the root system, so I think I'm just gonna plonk it back in one of these. I mean, it fits quite nicely in there. Actually, let me just have a quick look in my cupboard and see if there's an alternative. And hopefully the fridge would have stopped by then as well. Okay, I'm back. I actually just switched the fridge off, so I need to kind of get through this. I actually found another plastic pot. It's got a hole in the bottom. Excuse me. So I'm going to use this. I'm still going to go ahead and do a reservoir. I think that's fine. Chuck in some soil, like that, and yeah, I'm just going to plonk this in, something like that. Actually, let's just do that. It's fine. Trying not to spill, although I can see loads of stuff all over the floor already. Push it forward. Another little scoop on this side. A couple of taps. You just want to get it a little bit more central. Yeah, I think this was a good move. Getting it into something with a little bit more aeration, because that soil was sopping wet, and I don't know if this plant would really enjoy that. We shall see. I've got a feeling it's going to like this though. There we go. That's her sorted. Is she nice and straight? A little bit here. Okay, now we're done. Oh, I just keep dropping it all over the floor. Yay, pretty, very pretty. And she's gonna sit in this little pot, and I'll probably put this one in the hallway. Okay, last. Okay, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna fill a reservoir like that, and that's fine. Last plant is this little dude. Let's see what we put this one in. Oh, it's also in, okay, this one is actually in pure cocoa core. That's interesting. You can kind of see how dark that soil is. The roots are looking fairly okay. I'll take that off. We don't need that. I'm just going to chuck all of that anyway. Oh, I can see a new growth point. That's good. Interesting. Okay, let me show you what I'm finding interesting. Okay, yeah, so we've got a new growth point just there, and there's this kind of white thing here. I don't know if that's just a really chunky root or if that's, yeah, it's probably just, oh, it's probably just a really chunky root. But yeah, the roots are looking fabulous. So I don't know, putting this one into an aeroid mix, is that going to be the right thing to do? I don't know. Okay, so that's that. I think with this one, I'm actually going to add a little bit of tree fern fibre. Why not? Why not? I think I'm just going to use this cup. So yeah, I'm going to use that much aeroid of my aeroid mix, and I'm going to add, actually, let me just use my hand. Yeah, that should be good. Right, so I'm just going to chuck that in there and just kind of mix it up a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Stick some of that in. And this time I am going to remember to put the rooting hormone in, because we want good things for this plant. I want to give it a good start. I'm going to use this guy, Great White. I do need to order more than actually, but it's not exactly cheap, this stuff, but it does last for a very long time. Considering that I'm constantly repotting and I use it fairly often. Wow, that was a lot. Yeah, so we've got some rooting hormone in there. And now I just need to fill it in. Boom, that was actually perfect. That was just enough. Was it enough? Oh, I'm pleased. Got it done. Voila, looking good. A little tap, and then I'm just going to give it a very light water, but I'm kind of just going to go around the edges because the soil that it came in and that's still kind of on the roots is fairly moist. I'm just kind of like trying to get water into the reservoir at the moment. And also I don't want to mess with the rooting hormone just now. Okay, so the reservoir is filling up, as you can see. Yay, I'm really happy. So that one's going to go into the box. This dude, I think I'm going to put in my bedroom. So let's go to the bedroom actually, and I'll show you where they're going to live. Okay, we are in my bedroom. It is looking a little gloomy in here. I've had to turn off the plant lights because they just kind of flash, or you can kind of see the light flickering on film. So I've just got like lighting above me. Anyway, so yeah, things are looking pretty good out here. We've got my linearis that we potted up earlier or yesterday. The string of hearts looking fabulous. The Ripsalis, they're hiding in the background there. I changed its pot, and what we've just done now, which is the Peperomia obtusifolia. She is looking gorgeous right there. And yeah, and then I've just plonked the Monstera Peru. The Monstera Peru. I feel like I'm in front of the light, which is annoying. Let's come over here. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I've plonked them in this box. This box basically has all of my Monstera cuttings, and they are doing great things. In fact, I can see one of them there has a brand new leaf, so that's exciting. I've got 2 anthuriums just there in both corners, and that's the Baccarii. Here's the Monstera. She's looking very happy. Yeah, she looks good. So hopefully we'll get a new leaf now that it's going to be in this humidity box. And check out my Warwickwanarium. Oh my God. This is its latest leaf. How gorgeous is that? Absolutely stunning. This is the leaf that was attacked by spider mite. So it has its own sachet. And I'm ever so proud. I'm so proud. Plonky back in. Is everybody happy? Oh, and this is my Spathiphyllum's latest leaf. Absolutely gorgeous. She's looking so, so cute. I chopped off most of the original leaves. And yeah, she's been doing really well in pon. Although this one might go into sphagnum moss one of these days. Oh, let me just move that sachet a little bit. There. Okay, let me show you where the ficus is, which is actually back in the living room. But yeah, I'm so happy. And then yeah, eventually this box here will go back over here, and I've got a light that I'm going to put on it. Actually, let me put the camera down again. I'll put this box where it should go, and then I'll show you what I do to make sure that this plant has some light on top. Okay, I haven't switched the lights on yet, but I just wanted to show you how I kind of construct it. So I've got these books here just to kind of release some humidity. I don't want it at 100%. The light, whoops, the light is kind of on the box and connected there. And then that's connected to the next light that's below. So I've done exactly the same thing. Put books either side. And then I just slap one on top, like that. And that's the box set up. And all these lights are actually interconnected to this whole shelving unit. So yeah, it works really nicely. Let me just switch them on. And yeah, that's with the light on. So a bit flashy. But yeah, that's how I do things. And it's been working so nicely. Okay, let's go into the living room now. So here is the new little ficus. I've put it with its little family. Just 3 ficuses. They're so cute together. Absolutely gorgeous plant. Oh my gosh, yeah, and I did say I was going to show you this one. So this is the variegated one. Also been growing like crazy. Got a new leaf on the way. So that's really exciting. Oh, so pretty. I love them together like that. It's just so cute. And actually there's just one last thing that I'm going to do. After seeing that Warwickwanarium in there, in the bedroom, I think I'm going to take the gamble and actually chop this leaf off. So yeah, I just want to clean my sugartears. I've put some surgical spirits on like a cotton pad. So let's just clean those up. So are we really going to do this? I'm going to chop this leaf off. Oh my gosh, I just did it. There we are. Maybe I'll try and find a book big enough so that I can press that leaf. And yeah, that's this guy now. It's been busy trying to face towards the light, so now I can just kind of twist it around like that and just give it the space that it wants. And yeah, fingers crossed that was a good move. But anyway, I've got a backup one now, so it's all good. One last little look at my ficus. Ficus family. Adorable. Wow, the day is disappearing very, very fast. I started about 1:30 and it's already 4 o'clock. So that just goes to show how much I waffle on. So, so I'm going to say goodbye. I do hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me again today. Or if it's your first time, I'm pleased to have you. If you've stayed until the very end, then you clearly enjoyed it. So do hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, guys, just to show me that you did enjoy the video. If you have any questions, comments, or additional tips, do leave those in the comments down below. I find them very, very useful. I really enjoy reading your comments, and I love the fact that you're also sharing your tips and tricks with the rest of this family that we're building here. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you here again very, very soon. Until then, bye.